3:28 a.m.
That's good. Yeah. So I'm not worried about it. And no, bitch, I'm not settling, okay? I'm not settling. The judge don't even want that shit. The judge was like, listen, the judge told her fucking attorneys when they tried to get my case thrown out, they said, listen, if Miss Al Manzar wants this to go away, she knows how to make it go away. That's exactly what they said. Because when they looked at the shit, they knew it was fucking bullshit. Every fucking video that she said I said what it was what she interpreted as, okay? That's what she her dumb motherfucking ass. Bitch, go to school. Seriously, do something. Some people need to go to school. You're one of them.
12 seconds later.
Somebody a fake story and then say, see, she put out fake news. How the fuck does that make sense? Bitch, I didn't make that shit up. You did. You stupid bitch.
These last 4 years fighting this conspiracy case have been extremely challenging, and yet I wouldn't change a single thing about any of it.
Whoa. What you mean you wouldn't change a single thing about it? See, that's what I mean right there. You wouldn't change a single thing about it, which means you would, continue to lie to everybody about a story that was false and you knowingly knew it was false? This is not adding up. Look, Tasha, you went to court because you made up lies on a woman and you knew you were making up lies. Point simple as that. What? You wouldn't change a thing, huh?
The verdict handed down on Monday was no shock to myself, my husband, or my legal team. We are prepared, and we were prepared for this challenge from the beginning. Prepare for the worst, as we said.
Prepare for the worst? Of course you had to prepare for the worst. You had no choice. You knew you were blatantly lying on this woman, and everybody knew it, including yourself, including your legal team. So at that point, yes, it was only disposition of the case that was at hand at that point. They knew walking in you was going to lose this case. It was just a question of how much you was going to lose it by. And now it turned out to the tune of $4 million versus Cardi B. You lost, sweetheart, and you knew you were.
A machine that has corporate interests to protect prostitution, drug use, promiscuity, and to glorify the violence that wreaks havoc on our society and in our neighborhoods.
Here we go with that one again. The machine. Well, guess what? You're part of the machine, Tasha K. You've been on YouTube since 2015. If nobody invited you, welcome to the show. You're just as part of much of all the things that are going on as far as confusion and everything else out here on these YouTube streets, including your finally disresolved case with Cardi B and Speaking Reckless. But let's continue.
This machine, this thing, secured an extremely prejudicial verdict against myself and my company solely off of sympathy and payola.
So what you suggested is the only reason that you lost the case had to do with the system, and also the system pairing with the music industry and making sure that Cardi B's album stayed out in the street because you are so big with only 1 million followers that you could have stopped Cardi B and her multi-millions and billions of followers of views. Yeah.
And succeeded in making me out to be an angry and malicious woman.
No, what the court proved was you was a plain out blatant liar, and they made a ruling against your lying. To be quite honest with you, I'm almost appalled that you sitting up here telling people this BS with this actress role, but let it continue.
My platform creates news and sheds light on the issues going on in our society.
The issues going on in society. Okay, so you're talking about what's going on in the Ukraine lately, or you're talking about the stocks falling through the roof right now, or are you talking about the children in Africa right now that are working for Nestle in cocoa plantations? The stories that are going on in our world, correct, Tasha? Because I'm just asking. The stories. You make up lies.
My First Amendment right poses a threat to the machine's sole intention to mislead the public with caricatures built on violence, selling sex and images of a denounced stereotype.
Not selling. The judge don't even want that shit. The judge was like, listen, the judge told her fucking attorneys when they
12 seconds later.
You can't bully someone or something that takes pride in painting our children and teaching our children to be degenerates. And if you are a public figure that pushes this image and this lifestyle for likes and views and a way to make money in our society, then I and we have the duty to exercise our First Amendment right as traditional media and new age digital media analysts to say, no, this ain't it.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You lied on Cardi B and said she had herpes, amongst other things. She was a prostitute or whatever. You did this for the kids. And you chastised the people for getting likes and donations and everything like that. But I'm pretty sure most of your donations paid for your legal quote unquote team. No, what you have is a woman here that's misconstrued and thinks she's as big as Cardi B or trying to make herself out to be, and you ain't.
This ain't about $4 million. My case will set a precedent for all future media, and we intend to fight until the truth is out. We will fight no matter the cost or length, even if this takes years. I spent 11 years building this platform to serve as a leader in media. I show my gratitude and appreciation by fighting for this priceless gift you have gifted my family and me, and the right to exercise our freedom of speech as human beings.
Listen, sweetheart, there's nobody out here, nobody that is in any intelligence sitting here and gonna pretend that Tasha K is somehow now a victim of the justice. The justice system. This is the worst bad actress role I've ever seen in my life to preserve your followers.
It's just one of the
Sweetheart, you ought to be
subsidiaries, and we
ashamed of
intend to
yourself. This is
break out
embarrassing.
Although the court hasn't instructed us to take the videos down, I've always said that I will comply with any court or jury. The videos have been taken down to show good faith to the courts.
Hold up, so you mean you wanted to show good faith to the court by taking the video down, but you didn't want to show good faith when you was issue a cease and desist by Cardi B's lawyer? I'm confused here. This is the most clout chasing, let me retain my audience post I have seen in the past few years. I mean, this is pathetic right here.
Has tried
this is
to
an
have me
attempt to
arrested,
keep her followers,
threaten
keep
my
y'all
life,
donating so she could try
created a
reattempt
fake
after
narrative
reattempt to
about
clear
me.
her name.
And I want you to ask yourself this. Why does the federal government subpoena my work on this channel if it's fake news? Why do state police departments request my videos for their cases?
Oh, that's easy. I'll help you out with that one. 1, you're a popular vlogger. 2, you got a lot of followers. 3, amidst all those followers has to be a couple of, people that really will do it. Gossipers, people that steal from people, who's sleeping with who, etc., 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 etc. You are a conduit, or better yet put, a pawn in a larger frame game. So
Why
if you think anybody would contact you for a case or whatever, they're contacting different YouTubers for cases. Don't find yourself special, sweetie. Hey, here, I can answer that question for you too. Because you were in a case of defamation against Cardi B. That's why. One of the biggest, highest selling artists in the world. And you're asking yourself why you're being mentioned across the world. You're being mentioned across the world because Cardi's being mentioned. Don't nobody care about you or that little yank and jank little production company that you're talking about that has no value whatsoever outside of YouTube.
Everything I represent,
if YouTube wasn't for free, you
two-parent household and working for every dime I make without harming the next person to get there. I create videos including humor and truth to take us out of depression and get our minds off of sickness and financial burdens. And no machine will ever stop me. I get your emails daily encouraging me to keep going, and I love y'all so much for that. For accepting me as me. This trial was purely sympathy and payola to protect corporate interests, and we intend to take this all the way to the Supreme Court if need be.
Okay, listen. All of y'all heard that BS as much as I heard it. And honestly and truthfully, if you don't see it for what it is, I don't know what to tell you. See, this video wasn't about explaining anything to the public. This was an attempt to garner her viewers and keep them there. Keep them there, in my opinion, not as a fact, but in my opinion, to keep these people monetarily vented on hoping that she gets some type of appeal, which she clearly, if she even does, is not going to win. The fact that she told you from the beginning, hey, my defense team, blah, 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 said that we were going in for the loss and you're going to lose again. And I don't know whose money you're spending because, listen, all this pretending like you're as big as Cardi B, it's fucking laughable for one. Two, the contention that you sit here and try to explain what you went through is some type of travesty in justice, some type of travesty in your life that could have been prevented. Yeah, it could have been prevented if you just would have took down the video initially. In fact, we wouldn't even be here right now had you not taken down the video. And what you think that you're trending and you're popular right now, well, most people with any common sense are looking at you as wicked witch for the West. And I'm going to tell you why. See, Tasha, one thing that you didn't realize was bad promotion doesn't always work in everybody's favor. In this case, it doesn't work in yours. You've been tarnished. People are looking at you, and they will always look at you as the mean blogger who got sued for $4 million. So whether or not that's true or not, you're mean, nice, whatever, I personally don't care. What I do care about is when people salaciously implement their own truths and admit certain factors in the case. The point of this case was to prove that you, in fact, lied on Cardi B and said that Cardi B had numerous different venereal diseases, said that Cardi B was one of the people that was primarily prostituting while she was stripping, and whether that's true or not, unless you have proof to prove that, you shouldn't be online saying that. A lot of people ask me the question, well, I think that Tasha K lost the case because she was dark-skinned. You think she lost the case because she was dark-skinned? Are you serious? I mean, really? No. I say to you, no. Tasha K lost this case clearly, not because of the locale she lived in, not because of her being a female, not because of her most importantly being dark-skinned, because if she was right, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Had she been let off and given a pass, we would have been celebrating her. But because of the fact that she lost, we now have a litany of different women, evidently from the sisterhood and a couple of simps alike, they want to sit back and they want to say that this is a travesty of justice. This is a miscarriage of justice. This is about light skin versus dark skin, historically, da-da-da-da-da. And if we were talking about a case where it happened to deal with a murder of a suspect or something like that, you might get my applause, you might get my sympathy. But in this case, this is a case of somebody being salacious, in fact, to get views. And under your own admission, you said, hey, I lied to garner views and in turn garner donations. So I want anyone that comes to my page talking to me about donations and all that stuff or whatever, stick it under your pillow. Because if you're not judging this woman who has now been by court been convicted and made to pay a settlement, then that goes to show me not only do you have favoritism, but everything that she said.
And no, bitch, I'm not settling, okay? I'm not settling.
But also
the judge don't even want that shit. The judge was like, listen, the judge told her fucking attorneys when they tried to get my case thrown out, they said, listen, if Miss Al Manzar wants this to go away, she knows how to make it go away. That's exactly what they said. Because when they looked at the shit, they knew it was fucking bullshit. Every fucking video that she said I said what it was what she interpreted as, okay? That's what she her dumb motherfucking ass. Bitch, go to school. Seriously, do something. Some people need to go to school. You're one of